Hello everybody and welcome back. It's in the evening right now, about 7 p.m. March 11th, and we haven't had snow on the ground here for a little while, so I figured I would take you outside for a quick garden tour of what's to come and what I have to work with at the new house. This is the front of the house facing north. And these are the plants that are pre-existing here. A lot of cleanup to do. Hydrangea tree, don't know what variety, and they need to be pruned. The heads need to be pruned back and everything like that. There's some holly down there. That's what that plant is with the red berries. I think that's what that is over there too. That's going to be fun to deal with because it has tons of thorns. Regular juniper bush over there. This is a Japanese maple, the feathered variety, kind of like what I had in Richmond Hill. More juniper bushes. I'm not sure what that is. I'll do a Google Glass search later on. Another massive hydrangea tree. My wife absolutely loves these things. They're pale pink from what I've seen before. More junipers. And this kind of thorny bush. I have no idea what this is. If no leaves come up, I'm chopping that down because I got my hand stabbed with thorns last year. My concern with the front yard or front garden is that there's no flowers. So I'm going to need pollinators for the vegetable garden. This is a regular Japanese maple in here. As you can see, the trees around the property. I believe these are maples, all sorts of maples. Right there was the oak tree that we cut down. This is another flower bed. So my plan is to do some Shasta daisies and some other stuff in here because I really need to attract bees and pollinators. This area here, basically from that fence over to about here, I would say about here, and going back, all of this is going to be the vegetable garden. 7 raised beds. So as you can see, it's kind of a big spot. And the ground isn't exactly level. I don't know if you can see it. So it slopes down that way. So the beds are going to be over here. Going to have to level them off. But in this whole area here are going to be 7 beds. So pretty big area for that. Front of the property, those are some massive cedars over there. Don't plan on cutting down any more trees. It was just the one that was causing problems before with our neighbors. On the side here, these bushes, 1, 2, 3 bushes, I believe are called Rose of Sharon or something like that. I'll try to pop up pictures in the video as I come to this stuff. So these are kind of flowering bushes. The front of the driveway is kind of naked right now, left and right. So I am thinking of doing lilacs in the front, the left and the right. The wife kind of likes the openness of the front yard, which I do too. But ultimately, in my mind, I'm thinking a nice shade border here underneath the trees would be nice. Not just dead straight, but like meandering in and out of the trees. So you still have lots of grass, but there would be underneath the trees. You could have hostas, lily of the valley, and some other stuff in there. So going around to the side of the house. Well, I'll come to the side of the property here. This whole side here, from the street all the way back, is actually not our property, but we maintain and take care of it. This is an easement for the town of Chatham, but I still cut the grass and everything like that. And I think the previous homeowners planted those bushes. Once again, Rose of Sharon. I don't know if I'm getting that name right. But we can't build structure here, which is fine. But yeah, big access there. Technically, the public does have access to this street, but the town is small and no one really comes back here. So it's still very, very private. This is a west side of the house. We were going to build out and have a garage on this side, but because of the easement, we have to have a certain setback from the side of the property, and that's 26 feet, which isn't big enough for a garage. So I have to redo the whole bed over here. All this is going to be redone in the summertime, as in there's going to be siding here, the door's going to be properly fixed and everything like that. Another Rose of Sharon bush, or is this? No, this is, I think this is not a Rose of Sharon. It's kind of like a hydrangea, but I'm not sure what exactly it is. Not sure if that's staying either with the work that we need to do here. There were a couple, I believe, I want to say, I think she had some peonies here too, but I'm not absolutely sure. I know she had some in the back, but I think there was some here too. This kind of corner was kind of got overgrown, so I'm going to have to clean up what's here. And what's coming out, I think, is Lily of the Valley. All these green stuff. But after I clean it up, we'll see what's going on. We're facing south now. This is the back of the yard. This is a massive tree. In the summertime, it's absolutely beautiful. It's called a hackberry. I never heard of it, but that has to be over 100 feet tall. It's just crazy. The river runs back there. So in the backyard now, there is another bed, another bush, which I'm not sure what that is. So we'll see what happens in the spring and summer. Yeah, so these kind of died down like the other one over the side. So I'm pretty sure the one on the side is also peonies, but I know these were peonies as well. So she has 3 peonies bushes, some more of those, what I think are Lily of the Valley, right there, and some other random bush. So there is some cleanup to do in the beds, but if you took a look at everything I went through, there isn't a lot of flowering stuff in there. In Richmond Hill, I had the whole 92 foot of coneflower, so that attracted a lot of pollinators to the vegetable garden, and I don't have that here, so I'm going to have to be putting in more flowering plants. That is basically it for the plants in the garden. Trees, like I said, there's a river back here. The Thames River runs through the back of our property, and these trees, majority of them, are black walnut. So there's a lot of walnuts that fall off in the late summer, early fall around here. Squirrels love it. There's the Thames. It's not really pretty. It's there's a lot of sediment in the water, but it's pretty big. The water comes up kind of high down there, maybe the bottom of the stairs. So that whole area is a floodplain in the spring. But there's a lot of different fishing. There's carp, there's catfish. There's a lot of different fish in the river. And there's a lot of people that fish in there, including our neighbors to the left. Yeah. That's basically it. We have a cedar bush here. I have big plans for that. It houses a lot of mosquitoes, so I'm not a fan of keeping it. Ivy wants to keep it, my wife, but I envision this as basically the same height and everything, but all bamboo. And because of where we are in Chatham, I can actually grow bamboo there, which is insane. You wouldn't think you could, but Richmond Hill, I was in Zone 5A. In Chatham, we're southwest Ontario. I think I'm in 6A or 6B. So it's an incredible jump in the zones and what you can plant and what you can't plant. So you can get away with a bit of stuff. The sun's setting. Woo! This is the workshop where I do the woodworking stuff. Plus, I'll probably be filming most of the gardening stuff in there. And this is the back of the property. Woodshed. That used to be an old boat shed. I keep it for storage now. And that's basically it. A lot of grass, a lot of property, some potential, and the setting sun. So my next video, because it's coming up to seed start season for the garden, for the growing season for 2024. So I'll be going over the different soil mixes that I use. The soil mix for the lettuce I grow inside, the seed starting mix, and the potting mix that I use for the houseplants. Kind of a longish video, but yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick garden tour. Hopefully I'll be able to do another one again when things are looking better instead of all the dead leaves and stuff. Anywho, have a great day, people.